2D-7. Let's check my title block. It is 10.5, so I'm going to scale it up by 2.5. So I've got that. I like the side-by-side view, I think. I think that works pretty good. Maybe I'll use this image, though. It's a little bit easier to look at. Okay, so 2.5. Actually, since this is like a weird shape, I'm going to draw it out in space somewhere. Just out in space. And then I'll bring it in the title block later. So I need some center lines, so I got to load that up. I should probably save my title block with it already loaded, but I'm not that smart. Let's go ahead and make magenta line. So there's a center line that goes down the middle, down the center. I guess, yeah, I'll keep that on. Okay. I don't know how long it is. I scaled my title block up and everything's supposed to fit, so I'll just make it kind of like that. So that represents this center line. And then I've got two circles that happen. There's another center line basically that's offset from this one, a value of 6. So I'm going to use offset 6 and go both directions. And I'll just use the midpoint of this line to create my other center line that goes this way. Let's do that properly. If I go this way, all right, let's go 10, 10, and use join to join those two together. And let's go ahead and make those center. Center like that. Hate that it's bold. Okay. So I've got basically this point, these 2 points there, and I can work with that, I think. And then at the end, I usually kind of trim up my center lines to make them look nice. But really, I was only concerned with getting these 3 intersections to start. There's actually another center line that goes here, but it's based off of this line, which I don't have yet. So I can't really put that in. I mean, I could assume that it's 3.5 down from here, but I don't know that for sure. So let's just start with our circles. So we've got 2 circles. That's the diameter symbol. So make sure I use diameter. Let's get the color correct. The diameter is 5.6. And there's another one with a diameter of 2.8. I can take both of those, use copy, because the same thing happens on the other side. Right there. So that's there. And let's look at that. So what happens is this kind of comes in, comes to a curve, and then it comes down, and then it comes around. So I guess the next relevant dimension would be this 8. So from here, the center line that I already have, down 8 would give me this bottom. So I'm just going to offset this down 8. And then I can work with this 3.5 dimension. So basically from this point, it's basically I'm here. I need to come to the left 3.5 and also to the right 3.5. And I can join those two together to make them one line. J, enter is join. And basically what happens is a line comes up. I don't know how long it is. I'll just make it like super short like that. And then from here, a line comes over, straight to the right. I'll just make it short, because what I'm going to do is use the fillet tool to connect those. You could also do it by making the lines too long. Like for example, on this side, I'll make it too long, like so. Either way works. And then use the fillet tool with the radius of 2 in order to create that curve there. So fillet, radius 2. You can click here to here, or you can click here to here. It all does the same thing. So that's that. Also, there's a fillet down here with a radius of 1. So fillet, radius of 1. Create that curve, so that's in. And then I'm left with just this rounded rectangle in the center here. It starts 2 inches away from the bottom. So you could offset this white line or purple line up. 2. And then it's supposed to be 3 wide based on this. So the line that I currently have is 5. I wonder if I could use the stretch tool. That's something I never use. Let's try it. So if this line's 5 and I want to make it 3, I should take off how much on this side here? It's kind of a hard question. If I type 1, it takes 1 away. If I type 1 on that side, it takes 1 away. And now it's 3. I just took 1. I just clicked on the end point and then typed in 1 to shrink it down an inch. So now it's perfectly 3. Then it comes up 3.5 to get to the center, and then up 3.5 more to get to the top. So 3.5 and 3.5 is 7. I'm going to come up 7, over 3, and then back down, and use the fillet tool to create that radius that happens there on all the corners. Okay? So, Asia, you said you finished this one, right? Mm-hmm. So how do I do this top right here? How did you do it? Let's see.
I did the top first.
But this curve right here, that's the only thing I'm missing. How did you go about doing it?
Right there above the bottom, and between that circle box and the bottom line.
Yeah?
Right in between it is the middle of the circle. So I just made a circle and then trimmed it.
So if you look here, okay, that little plus marks the center of that. That little plus marks the center of that. This little plus right here marks the center of the big circle that goes here, is what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So if this distance right here is 2, I could break that in half, maybe offset that down 1, right? So now I'm in the middle, and now I can create the circle with the radius of 12, right? And then it goes there.
And I trimmed it up.
And you trimmed it up.
And now it's all.
Well, to be honest, I would have not done that because I would have not seen that. But I think that is excellent that you did it that way, because that's really all you knew. I was going to show you a new way to create this arc. Here's how you do it. We've done center radius, we've done center diameter, we've even done 2 point, which is 2 points of a circle. There's also one called tan radius. That stands for tangent radius. So you would click one tangent, which is here, click another tangent, which is there, and then type in the radius, which is 12, and it gives you the same circle. But the center happens exactly where you said it would. So either way works. I think that's great that you figured that out. I wouldn't even have looked at that. But awesome. All right. That gets trimmed. Then the rest is just dimensioning it. I would clean these up a little bit. They don't need to be that long. Usually to clean them up, I just draw a line and then use quick trim to trim that. This one's supposed to be a little shorter based on that. I'll probably just use the white line that already exists to get rid of that. That trim looks okay. This line doesn't need to be this long going down into here. I mean, and really these can kind of vary from drawing to drawing. I'm just trying to make it look a little nicer. Maybe trim this up a little bit, bring this line up to here or something like that. And me, because I'm crazy, I would delete that other one and copy it just so it's perfectly like the same size as the other one, symmetrical. And that bothers me there. So I would grab that midpoint and bring it up. This is getting really picky. But I'd rather have a nice little plus there than what I had before. And then maybe my center lines look like that. Okay, so to center this, let's change my color to red. Please don't just throw it in there. I know it's tempting. I know you think that that's probably the center of this object, but it's actually not. Watch me be a liar. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm just guessing. What you're supposed to do is put weird objects like this inside of a box. So you grab the points. And we're not grabbing the top of the center line. The center lines are irrelevant. We're just trying to find the top and left of the object and then the bottom and right of the object. And then, as you can see, this midpoint of this line is the actual center of this shape and not that point up there. So please center it properly like that. All this stuff goes away. This is called 2D-7. Do I need to do dimensions? Or are we okay? No response? That's normal. Okay, so that's it for that one.